You think you know what beauty is? You're wrong. There once lived a mortal so breathtakingly beautiful that his face literally rewrote the laws of heaven and earth. Gods abandoned their duties. Mortals forgot their names just glimpsing him, and the very fabric of Olympus trembled. This isn't a love story. It's the darkest tale of divine obsession ever whispered among the stars. His name was Ganymede, and his beauty became the most dangerous weapon the ancient world had ever seen. What Zeus did to possess him will make you question everything you thought you knew about the gods. The divine obsession. Picture this. Zeus, the all-powerful king of gods, the being who commands thunder and shapes destiny itself, reduced to a lovesick stalker. But this wasn't ordinary desire. This was something that terrified even the Olympians. You see, Zeus had countless affairs, but Ganymede? Ganymede broke something fundamental in the god's mind. Every morning, Zeus would abandon his throne just to watch this shepherd boy tend his flocks on Mount Ida. The ruler of the universe, hiding behind clouds like a common voyeur, studying every graceful movement, every innocent smile. His divine essence literally vibrated with need, causing storms across the Mediterranean without him even noticing. The other gods whispered in horror they'd never seen their king lose control like this. Hermes reported that Zeus forgot to answer prayers for weeks. Apollo mentioned that his father's eyes had changed, becoming wild, almost mortal in their desperation. Even Ares, god of war, admitted fear watching Zeus pace the halls of Olympus, muttering Ganymede's name like an incantation. If you're fascinated by the dark secrets hidden in ancient myths, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, what's coming next will shake your understanding of divine power forever. The impossible choice. Now here's where divine politics turned deadly. Hera, Zeus's wife, wasn't just suspicious, she was conducting her own investigation. You have to understand, Hera had endured centuries of Zeus's infidelities, but this felt different. This felt like replacement. Zeus faced an impossible dilemma that could literally tear Olympus apart. His daughter Hebe served as cupbearer to the gods, a position of ultimate honor and trust. But Zeus was planning something unprecedented. He wanted to replace his own daughter with a mortal boy. Can you imagine the scandal? The rage? The absolute chaos this would unleash? But here's the terrifying part: Zeus didn't care. For the first time in his eternal existence, he was willing to risk everything. His marriage, his relationship with his daughter, the stability of the divine realm itself. He'd rather watch Olympus burn than live another day without possessing Ganymede. The tension in the heavens became so thick that mortals on earth reported strange omens. Eagles circling endlessly, storms that formed and dissolved without reason, and an unsettling feeling that the gods themselves were at war. The eagle's shadow. Then came the day that changed everything. Picture young Ganymede, leading his sheep through the familiar mountain paths. The sun was warm, the air sweet with wildflowers. He had no idea that death was circling overhead, disguised as salvation. Zeus transformed himself into the largest eagle ever seen, with wings that blocked out the sun and talons sharp enough to crack mountains. But here's what the sanitized versions don't tell you: Ganymede's abduction was pure terror. One moment he was a carefree shepherd, the next he was being torn from everything he'd ever known by a creature of impossible size and power. The eagle's grip was gentle enough not to kill him, but firm enough that escape was impossible. As they rose higher and higher, Ganymede watched his world shrink below his family, his friends, his entire existence becoming tiny dots in the landscape. The journey between worlds nearly destroyed his mind. Imagine being carried through the barrier between mortal realm and divine Olympus while fully conscious, feeling reality bend and twist around you. The price of immortality. When Zeus revealed his true form, Ganymede's terror multiplied tenfold. The king of gods offered him what every mortal supposedly dreams of: immortality, divine nectar, a place among the eternal ones. But here's the horrific catch that Zeus conveniently omitted. Immortality is also an eternal prison. Think about what Zeus was really offering. Ganymede would never age, never die, never escape. He would serve as cupbearer to the gods, forced to smile and pour wine for the very being who had destroyed his mortal life. The nectar tasted like liquid starlight, but with every drop, Ganymede felt his humanity slipping away. He could feel his mortal ties severing, his ability to ever return home dissolving. His parents would spend the rest of their lives believing their son was dead, killed by wild animals or bandits. They would never know he was trapped in a golden cage, serving drinks to his captor. Zeus called it love. Ganymede knew it was the most beautiful form of slavery ever devised. The Constellation's secret. But here's the twist that makes this story truly nightmarish. You know the constellation Aquarius, the water bearer that appears in our night sky? That's Ganymede, and it's not the honor everyone thinks it is. Zeus didn't place Ganymede among the stars as a tribute to their love. He did it as the ultimate prison sentence. Think about it, Ganymede is literally trapped in the heavens, forced to pour water for eternity, visible to every human on earth, but unable to communicate, unable to return, unable to rest. Every night when you look up at Aquarius, you're witnessing the most beautiful torture ever conceived. Ganymede is still there, still pouring, still remembering the taste of mortal food and the warmth of his mother's embrace. Zeus visits him occasionally, but even divine attention becomes meaningless when you're trapped in an endless cycle of servitude. The cruelest part? Mortals see Aquarius and think of generosity, of giving, of blessing the earth with water. They have no idea they're looking at the eternal suffering whose only crime was being too beautiful for his own good. So the next time you see that constellation, remember you're not looking at a symbol of divine love. You're looking at the ultimate proof that even among gods, obsession can create prisons more terrible than death itself. Drop a comment below, and let's explore the shadows together. And if this story gave you chills, share it with someone who thinks they know Greek mythology. Trust me, they don't know this version.